Hello, my name is Aidan Miller, and this is my Lab 9 project for ENME 351. For my project, I decided to create a light-sensitive fan that is also controlled manually by a potentiometer. First, I started off by buying a 6-volt brushed motor that has a no-load speed of around 5,000 RPM, although I personally have not seen it go anywhere near that fast. I then 3D printed the fan base and the fan blades and attached them to the motor using Gorilla Glue. For the circuit, I used a L2 93D bridge in conjunction with the battery pack as to not fry my Arduino. I also added a flyback diode to the motor as to prevent any reverse polarities damaging the circuit. When it comes to the actual circuit, I have the potentiometer here, which controls whether or not the fan is on in the first place, as well as if the lights data from the sensor is used to determine the power supply, which means that I can either use the light data or turn on the fan myself by just turning the resistance high enough on the potentiometer. For my Arduino code, I have it sensing the potentiometer and photovoltaic sensor, and depending on those readings, turning pins 2 and 3 on and off to supply power to the fan. I then also have the Arduino send the data to processing, which is then visually displayed depending on which mode it is in. So I'll give a brief little demo now. Let me connect my Arduino. I start running the Arduino code. As you can see, it's not doing anything right now since the potentiometer is turned all the way down, which means that the fan is off. You can also see that the sensor is still on despite the potentiometer telling the fan to be off. And so if I turn the potentiometer just a little bit, it should turn to automatic mode, where it will determine the power supply to the fan based on how much light the sensor is receiving. So right now it is receiving a lot of light, so it is saying that it's bright and is supplying full power. But if I were to cover it just a little bit, sorry, it's a little bit tough to do so. You can see that the fan does slow down and the processing data shows the same. And if I were to completely cover the sensor while also in a dim environment, it will completely turn off and show that it is dark. This is not exactly perfect since the it's quite hard to completely block sun or light to the sensor. But it mostly gets the job done. And then lastly, as I mentioned, there's also the manual mode. So if I turn the potentiometer forward even more, you can set it to low and then also high. And it can freely go in between these states depending on what you want to do with it. And that is my Lab 9 project. Thank you for watching.